because we got to start the night with this, because this is serious. This is total horse crap. And the fact of the matter that this man is still allowed to be on the internet, even with this going around right now, is insane to me. Mind you, though, Twitch is a system of two-tier justice, where as long as you have the right politics, you can get away with just about anything. Now, you might be sitting there wondering what it is that I'm talking about. Well, we're going to come right on over here and we're going to look at this, because this was making the rounds today. From Yeet, Hasan's dog Kaya yelps after he appeared to reach for something while telling her to get back in place. So this clip, I am going to say viewers warning and everything, all that stuff. This is a clip of Hasan going off on some weird BS about America sucking because he doesn't have internet, but it's all centered around his dog here. So we're going to play this and we're going to watch this. We're going to see what Hasan does to his dog here, cuz ain't nobody going to be coming out here and telling me that this isn't what it appears to be.
Of all of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop. Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You're being such a baby. It's just, you're making her stressed. She just literally is so incredibly spoiled from my mom.
No, she's not spoiled. You're abusing her. You full on just abused your dog. It's not done, and you're berating your dog for doing what? Getting up. That's what you just did there. You abused your dog for getting up, and this clip isn't done. You're berating her and abusing her for just getting up.
No, she doesn't want to come over here to see what's up. She just wants to fucking roam the house because she got to roam the house when I was gone. And she needs to literally have the same structured, regimented.
Oh, yeah. He starts realizing what the hell it sounds like when you're saying shit like that. She needs to have the same structured, regimented. What? Now, I do know that there's clips of Hasan with his dog not being in frame before. That, like, the dog's not always there 24/7. But it's becoming very obvious that he only uses the dog as nothing more than any of these other props. That's all his dog is. It's a prop to him. So the fact that the dog's getting up to go do something, get water, eat, stretch her legs, do something, that leads him to do the obvious, which is shock her. Because I'm going to play this from the beginning one more time, guys. I'm going to do this all from the beginning. Just watch, because I'm pretty sure I heard a click.
Of all of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop.
He reached for something. That is 100% me. Like when I'm reaching to switch over my OBS to do something else, he reached for something there. And then she yelps. That's like he has a shock collar essentially hooked up to his stream deck. I'm not saying that's true, by the way. That's just what I'm saying this looks like. It looks like he has a stream deck here, because that's where I keep my stream deck, right here. It looks like, oh my God, and presses a button on his stream deck to shock her. There's no getting around that. That 100% looks like he shocked her. But hey, this is his defense of it. Hasan denies using a shock collar on Kaya, says she clipped herself on something.
To hear oral arguments on Thursday.
Oh my
we should
God.
Note that new CBS.
Is there like a fucking LSF video or something? Is that why there's like hella people coming in here and screeching?
Screeching? Bro, you're abusing your dog. That's not screeching. That's people actually showing you're abusing your dog.
Is that what's going on? Oh, classic.
Yeah, you're abusing your dog. Classic.
It started on D, then H3, then LSF is the classic pipeline. I'm gonna fucking...
Started on D, then 8. No, it's not a classic pipeline. This is going viral for very valid reasons. And it didn't start on whatever this D is. It started primarily by Kiwi Farms. They all started this. Like, this was going viral because it's so shocking to see.
Die, dude. Yes, I am incredibly abusive.
Yes.
To the not only best trained.
Best trained. Best trained. That's why she has to stay there. Again, your exact words were, well, she wasn't doing her thing. She was trying to roam the house, which isn't allowed. She needs to be on a strict regimen. That obviously she's not best trained then. Obviously that's proof that she's not best trained because she wasn't doing what you were wanting her to do. So already you're missing the point there. But okay, let's keep doing this.
But also the best behaving.
Then why was she getting up to walk away and bothering you? If she's best behaving, why shock her? Because you shocked her. You did it. You're now saying that it's all the dog's fault here.
Most spoiled dog on the planet.
Spoiled
is
because
from when Kaya yelped. Yeah, she yelped because she fucking clipped herself on something when she was getting off the bed.
Nope, that's not when she yelped, actually. If we come right on back over here, when does she yelp? When does she yelp?
Much more consequential violence. Okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop.
She yelped when she was hopping back on the bed. She yelped when she was going back onto the bed. That's when she yelped. It wasn't when she was coming off the bed. She was turning around even. There's no area for her to have clipped herself on anything. You can watch this frame by frame and you can end up seeing like there's nothing she could have done. See? Goes here. Because you can tell when it happens because he reaches over. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. See? That jump. That jump right there. There's a jump there. Right there. That's when she yelps. I can play the audio too. You could see the jump.
He's just fucking just stop.
Right there. Reached over, just stop. She jumps. There's nothing there to clip on. Nothing at all. So you saying, well, she clipped herself. You shocked her. You shocked her using a shock collar just because she was readjusting herself on the bed, moving around or doing something like that. That's what you did. What's that sound, says Omar? That sound is of the dog yelping. That's what it is. He shocked his goddamn dog because she wasn't sitting in place or doing the right thing. That's what he did there. And by the way, we have other proof. We have more evidence of this because we have a close-up of the collar right here. Because there's some people trying to come out here and say that no, there's no shock collar here. There's no shock
the same
collar.
positive association with Israel. So all this
Look at this collar right here.
does is breed resentment against Israel, and also depending on how things in the same
Look at that collar right there. Look at that collar.
positive association with Israel.
That's a shock collar right there. That's a freaking shock collar. And to make it worse, we have this from Savvy. A close-up. There's a green light right there. For those of you that don't know, I own a shock collar myself because I was doing a dumb grift where I would shock myself for $100, okay? It was a dumb joke. I know what a shock collar looks like. I know individuals that have shock collars for their dogs. They don't use it like this, by the way. They use it more for the beeping effect to help train their dog to do stuff. So if you want to actually make sure your dog's doing something, you don't go straight for the shock. There's vibration effects, there's beeping, there's other things you can do other than straight to the shock. You did none of that. You just went straight to the shock. And that's not me sitting here saying, hey, I condone use of shock collars. That's just me saying I know people that utilize them. I have one for myself because I'm a weirdo. But at the same time, there's ways to use a shock collar that is appropriate. You don't go straight for the shock. You do beeps, vibrations, shocks the last resort. You didn't do any of that stuff. You just went straight for the shock. So even if we want to play that game, but also over in California, there are some laws that restrict people from using shock collars. I don't like shock collars at all. In fact, I don't want to see a shock collar on a dog because I find them to be atrocious of monumental proportion. But to sit here and know that he's using a shock collar to basically control his freaking dog is insane to me. It's nightmarish to me that he's just using it to basically abuse his dog. Because again, you would watch this, okay? Look, you watch through the clip.
All of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking just stop.
Guess what you would do right there? Okay, if you're using the shock collar appropriately, the shock is the beep right there. The beep's the beginning, then you vibrate. The beeping, if they are properly trained, utilizing a shock collar, even though I'm not a fan of shock collars, I still know how to utilize them. The beep is the warning. Then you do the vibration if they keep doing it. The beep should be all you need. You don't need to go straight for the shock because the shock is the bad thing. The shock is the punishment. The shock is the problem. You went straight to the shock to hurt her in order to get her to do what you wanted to do. There's no training here. This is full-fledged abuse going on right here. This isn't appropriate in any stretch of the imagination. This is monstrous and nightmarish. Anybody that actually even utilizes shock collars on their dogs, because again, I know people that do utilize them because they have large dogs that roam around and they just use them to help, maintain them, not actually use it as punishment, but it is a way to train your dog. They don't go at all for straight to shock. You don't go straight to shock any single time. It's beeps. You have a series of beeps that you do. You have a system that you do. You don't go to the shock. You never want to do the shock. And even if you go to the shock, guess what? You always keep it on the lowest setting because you don't actually want to hurt your dog. But I don't think Hasan even understands that because we can come over here. This is an old video of Hasan with his dog. Hasan talking about his dog's collar on the past. Probably from the past is what they mean. But this is an old conversation about the collar that he's using right here.
And now it's mainstream. I love her. I think her collar's too tight.
Well, it's here we can.
It's you have to be able to get 2 fingers, and I couldn't even get one. I think you're choking her.
She's like,
I 100% believe that he's choking the dog. I do. Because, again, this is common dog knowledge. The collar itself, 2 fingers. Always be able to fit 2 fingers under there, okay? That's what you're supposed to do. That's common dog knowledge. I have essentially 2 puppies. There's a year old, so they're no longer puppies, but as they were growing up, I was constantly adjusting their dog collar. I'm still checking their dog collar every single day to make sure that it's not choking them, that it's not doing anything wrong to them, because I'm worried about them and I always think about them and care about them first. I am trying to train them. I am trying to teach them, hey, how to do things properly. I don't do any of this stuff, but all I'm saying is that he's a bad freaking dog owner who only has a pet here as a freaking prop to sit in the back of his freaking thing to go like, oh, look at my awesome dog. Look how awesome I am. Look at my super expensive dog. Because remember, this is an expensive dog breed right here. People have done the research. They're a couple $1,000s just for this breed alone. And I'm seeing this man abuse this creature and it sickens the hell out of me.
it's because she has a lot of neck meat.
A lot of neck meat. Yeah, a lot of neck meat. No. It doesn't matter if there's neck meat or not. You need to loosen the collar. Neck meat isn't an excuse. That neck meat is important. It doesn't matter if it's fat. It doesn't matter if it's flubber. It doesn't matter if it's skin. You need to always be able to get those 2 fingers up under there. And I know somebody's probably got to clip that out and go like, oh, look at the finger motion he's doing. The 2 fingers are important. That is how they breathe. That is how they move. You need it to be comfortable. You can't have it on that freaking tight, you psychopath. You straight up psycho. And before somebody comes out here and tries to do the whole like Hasan simps, coming in here watching this on the replay or whatever, trying to defend it, there's old footage coming out of Hasan owning an actual shock collar. This is him right here, even talking about it because Mr. Mediker found the old receipt right here.
My old roommate wanted to use a shock collar for Fish and his dogs. For Fish and his dogs,
For Fish? Why would they ever want to use it for Fish? But okay.
barking. I couldn't do it. I have it still. I bought it.
So you have a shock collar. We know you own a shock collar. We know you own a shock collar. Your dog's yelping because you shocked it. But to further push this point, I'm trying to see, do I have it? Oh yeah, right here. Here's a picture of one of Hasan and his old doggos. Here's Hasan and one of his older dogs, okay? This is making the rounds now. And you might not be able to actually see it that well, but so I'll open it up here in another tab. See, here's Hasan, here's his dog, and what's that? What's that? What's on his dog collar right here, guys? And I just glitched up there. What's on his dog collar right here? Those are spikes. Those are inverted spikes on his dog collar, bros. On his old dog, he had a collar that had inverted spikes. This is monstrous. This is demonic. This is full-on abuse. Those inverted spikes are to use when the dog's getting unruly. Pull back. This is abuse right here. So if we already know that one of his animals, he was freely happy to go around there and use another weapon, essentially, another tool that would essentially abuse his dogs. He had no problem doing that. What's to say he's not using a shock collar now to brace it, to abuse his dog, to full-on abuse it? And again, I know the dog's not always in the back here, but he only treats this dog as a prop. This dog's nothing more than a prop to him. And you've been seeing people come out here and give their opinions and opine on this. Like, yeah, Tectone here. Tectone drops a series of tweets calling out Hasan for the Kai situation, which I 100% agree with him on everything he's saying here, because it's insane to me. Hasan, who goes around there, acts all justified like he's better than Tectone, he's abusing his dog. There's no proof that Tectone ever abused his dog. None whatsoever. But hey, Hasan's freely doing it on stream. Always wondered how Hasan kept his dog behind him all stream. It's because he's been using a shock collar on a setting so high that his dog effing screams when he uses it. Using your dog as a prop to seem more friendly, relatable, and down to earth when in reality, the dog isn't sitting there of his own volition, but stays there out of fear. I'm beyond disgusted. F this man whole existence. 100% agree. This dog's nothing more than a prop. It's a tool for him. Hey, we got more. Disgusting effing, using your dog as a prop, shocking him to stay in place. What an abusive scum F. Piece of ish has the setting up so high that the dog effing cries. Hasan gets worse every day. He'll say this this is out of context. He'll get away with it again. And worst of all, Twitch will once again do nothing, which I'm honestly terrified of. I'm terrified that Tectone's saying it as it is right now. Think about it. Think about it. There's been other creators that have come out here and punched their dog on stream. There's creators that have thrown their cats on stream. There's creators that have actually abused other animals on stream. And you want to know what happens to them? They lose their channel. They lose their credibility. They basically become nothing. There was one girl that had to do the whole ukulele thing, I believe, to end up apologizing for the fact that she abused her dog. Nobody talks about her anymore. She's completely gone because she abused her dog. Hasan's going to get away with it. Hasan's 100% going to get away with it. This is extremely disgusting and terrifying, and Twitch isn't going to do shit. Here's Hasan admitting he owns a shock collar since he once again looked at his audience in the eye and lied to your face again. Yet you will continue to suck the shit out of this man's ass when he doesn't give a damn about you and sees you as a dollar sign. Because it's true. Remember, what was Hasan saying? What was the excuse for the dog yelping? What was the excuse?
The best behaving and most spoiled dog on the planet is from when Kaya yelped. Yeah, she yelped because she fucking clipped herself on something when she was getting off the bed.
That's not true. That's not true. It's impossible. We already went over the video multiple times. It's impossible. But hey, there's people out there that will full on believe that stuff because they're so brain dead. My dog was also professionally trained. A shock collar should feel like a gentle to firm touch, not a setting so high that it effing screams. Do not make excuses for this. And I agree. I know people that use shock collars. I don't like them. I have my own, but that was because I'm a psychopath that wanted to use it on myself for money. That's besides the point. Okay? The people that I know that use shock collars, the setting's on like a 4, maybe a 3. It's not there to actually hurt them. It's there to just help, position them, to help warn them that, hey, don't do this. And before you even get to the shock, it's beeps and vibrations every single time. And the beep should be all that you need to do. If it's professionally trained, if it's properly trained, all you need is that beep. All you ever need is the beeping that a shock collar does to warn the dog, hey, I'm fucking up right now. I need to get back in line. That's all you ever need to do. This is so disgusting to see this going on here. Is this an American thing? Shock collars in Europe are basically for a big, potentially vicious dogs, not medium-sized house dogs. So again, like the people that I know that use shock collars, personally, their dogs that have shock collars, they're big dogs. We're talking Great Danes over here. We're talking not German Shepherds. We're talking like the big dogs, like the I can't think what it is, but like in the old cartoons, like Bugs Bunny, the breed of dog that would go running around. Not Saint Bernards. Like that's what this people have. Like they have huge dogs. That's why they utilize them, and that's what it actually works on. You don't like my dogs personally. I have like retrievers. I have normal sized dogs that don't need a shock collar at all. So when they're the bigger dogs, it makes a little bit more sense, but you still don't really need them that much. When it comes to Hasan's dog doesn't need a shock collar at all. That's just pure abuse. This is not a breed that you're going to need to be shocking it. That's not big enough. That's not worrying enough. This is just pure abuse right here. But we come back over here, okay, because we went through Tectone stuff, but we got this from Ethan Klein, because Ethan Klein 100% gets to take some laps right now. Because for those of you who haven't been watching the Ethan Klein drama or anything like this, a lot of the big stuff that started sparking off with the Ethan Klein drama was a bunch of people lying and saying that he was mistreating his dogs, that he was abusing his dogs. Zero evidence to back it up, by the way. No evidence whatsoever. But now we have evidence actually of Hasan abusing his dog. So Ethan Klein does get to take some laps right now. But Ethan Klein calls out Hasan for the Kaya clip. And we can see this Instagram post right here. Horrifying animal cruelty caught on camera by Hasan as he activates her shock collar for one tiny step off of her bed. She cries in pain, poor baby. I always thought it was extremely bizarre that this young, energetic puppy never took a step off her bed. That has to be the result of some brutal, strict training. Think about it. And I've seen her, take steps off here or there. Like she has very cautious movement. But whenever you really look at a bunch of Hasan clips, you might see her there from time to time, but for the most, you'll see her there the majority of the time. You'll see her in that bed the vast majority of the time when he's streaming for 8+ hours a day. She'll just be sitting there. She might get up at very particular moments to get some water or do something, but then she's always right back there. Dogs don't do that. They don't. My dogs don't do that. Even when they come inside, my dogs don't do that at all. In fact, my dogs are constantly moving around. When I have my brother's dog here, and I stream with my brother's dog here from time to time, he'll be over there, he'll be over there, he'll be under my desk, he'll be all over the place, because that's what dogs do. They're still well trained. They know when to go out when they're ready to go out, but no dog normally just lays there. Especially a young dog like Hasan's dog. They don't just lay there. They move around. They might not be super energetic, but they're going to move around to other parts of the room. They're never just going to lay in the exact same spot over and over and over again. And then lay there for 8+ hours. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. But hey, we also got this from Ethan Klein. Again, taking some justifiable laps because there's somebody that decided to come out here and run to Hasan's defense. Anissa Jamha came out here to run to Hasan's defense because, well, she has to. What a pathetic ish stain of a human being to immediately hand wave animal abuse and instead try to turn it on my four loved dogs. Anissa will erase this tweet after more evidence of Hasan's animal abuse comes to light, which we already have a lot. I'm a big dog advocate. Love training dogs with positive reinforcements, as you can tell with Merlin and Fiona. on Ian's streams. I've met Kaya. I saw Kaya while Hasan was streaming. She never had shock collar on. Well, that's a bold-faced lie. That's a bold-faced lie. She was good at her place command, but that's very easily accomplished with positive reinforcement. I would be very, very surprised if this was actually Kaya reacting to a shock collar. Well, we have evidence that he has a shock collar on, mind you. There's this. There's the light. It's a shock collar, you schizo. Just because Ethan's horrible dog owner and can't train his dogs worth ish doesn't mean other people are using shock collars. Hasan's using a shock collar. Immediately ran to his defense. CPS visiting my family. Anissa sleeps. Hasan caught abusing his dog on camera. I must defend my friend. Oh, and then if you loved your dogs, you would teach them to stop ishing in the house. If you loved your husband, you would train him to stop shitting in his pants. Ethan gets the right to take a victory lap right now. Because with Hasan, he's abusing his dog. He's full-fledged abusing his dog. Ethan wasn't. All the evidence to Ethan abusing his dog is nothing. There's no proof that Ethan was ever abusing his dog outside of hearsay evidence. We have video footage now of Hasan abusing his dog, and Anissa's quick jump to defend her friend and never once came out and said anything about Ethan Klein other than he's a bad dog owner. But hey, Hasan Piker, we got to defend wholeheartedly. But here's Ethan Klein one more time putting out a TikTok talking about the exact same thing because rightfully so, more people need to talk about this.
Many of you guys know that I'm a dog lover, and there are a few things that horrify me more than people that abuse their animals. These are precious creatures that need us and depend on us, and abusing that trust is such a horrible crime. A clip of Hasan Piker is going viral right now of him shocking his dog Kaya.
And real quick, Jax Teller, I agree. Your dog's a member of your family. It's your brother. It's your sister. It's your friend. It's some people call them their fur babies, which I think is a little cringe, but they're a part of your family. They are there to be one with you. You don't go immediately ever to the harsh punishment. Even if you're going to shock them, it's the mild shock. It's the tiny shock. It's just enough to get them to know that, hey, this is bad. I don't want to do this again. Even when there's people that have farms like myself that might lay shock, essentially, the wires in the ground that help them know, hey, this is the perimeter you're allowed to be in. When they cross that thing, it's a tiny shock. It's enough to buzz them, bother them, but it doesn't hurt them. It doesn't make them yelp. It's them going like, oh my God, I shouldn't do this again. That's what you do. Even when it comes to cows and electric fence, I've grabbed those fences before. It feels weird, but it doesn't hurt. It's unsettling, the feeling that goes through you. It doesn't outwardly hurt. If it hurts, there's something wrong there.
For taking one step off of her mat. Let's take a look.
Such a first world problem, but it is emblematic of all of America's much more consequential violence. Okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop. Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You're being such a baby.
I always found it bizarre how Kaya, who's this young, energetic puppy, stayed in 1 square foot of Hasan's room, right in sight of camera, almost like just a prop in his room. Well, now we know why. He's using extreme austerity measures to shock and abuse his animal and then blaming her, getting mad at her for him hurting her. There's further evidence from a recent broadcast.
And now it's mainstream. I love her. I think her collar's too tight.
Well, it's here we can.
You have to be able to get 2 fingers, and I couldn't even get one. I think you're choking her.
She's like, it's she has a lot of neck meat.
This woman on.
I'm sorry, I can't get over that whole. It's a lot of neck meat. Yeah, that's her neck, you dumbass. It's too tight. Fix it, you monster.
Hasan's stream was concerned enough that, she had to say something live. I'm sure that was the last thing she wanted to do was humiliate him on his own stream. But she was that worried. She couldn't even fit a single finger under her collar. And you get the sense that he was about to say it's a shot caller. He says it's a ... and then he doesn't finish the sentence. As I'm sure Hasan will try to deny using a shot caller, here's a clip of him admitting he owns one.
My old roommate wanted to use a shot collar or fish and his dogs. For fish and his dogs barking, I couldn't do it.
For fish and his dogs barking, that still doesn't make any sense. That makes zero sense.
Have it still. I bought it.
With all that evidence and more coming out, it's pretty hard to deny that Hasan has been abusing his dog for the absolutely vain project of just sitting there in frame for 9 hours straight every day. Terrible.
Yeah, terrible. Full-fledged monstrous behavior. Everything you're seeing right now coming out from Hasan, that is nightmarish. And the scariest thing about this all, legitimately, the thing that's gonna drive me up a wall and piss me off the most is you come back over here to everything Tectone said, okay? Everything Tectone said. Twitch ain't gonna do shit. Hasan's fans are going to come out here and they're going to eat it up. They're going to eat up all the excuses Hasan says. I'm going to get comments when I upload this as its own clip. I'm going to get comments from Hasan simps saying, no, it's out of context, or no, it's not real, or no, he said this, or whatever, because they're brain dead. Twitch won't punish him, rightfully so, even though they have punished countless other people for doing way worse to their pets on stream. Nobody's going to stop him. And that's the worst part about this, is Hasan's not going to see the justifiable results of his dog shit actions, of his atrocious actions, and the fact that he abuses his own animal even on stream. This is a monster of a human being that will never see any actual accountability because Twitch is cucked that much.